Hey, what is up guys? It is Jack here and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution 3 campaign video. So we have finally unlocked the last level, which is the California Lockwood Estate. So if you guys were caught up in any of our other playthroughs for the campaign, you guys would know that there has been some little mystery events going on that led us here. But let's get into this video just right off the bat because this is going to be exciting. Okay, let's get into this.
Most people think it was the islands, Los Cinco Muertes, where modern dinosaurs originated. But no, not true. It was in the minds of ambitious visionaries. Hammond, Lockwood, where they dreamed, chaos followed. This estate was ground zero for that fateful dream, and ground zero for the dinosaurs' entrance into the world at large. Well, now it's quite a mess, and you're gonna need to clean it up. I can't say that I'm surprised.
Me either. But there's a lot of stuff going on
There's
here.
a pretty huge mess to deal with. Jeez, what happened here?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. History, repeating itself. Look at those enclosures. The dinosaurs running loose. You know, this was another attempt at controlling something uncontrollable.
Everyone, thank goodness you're here.
Lily, where are you? Are you okay?
I'm close by, helping people evacuate, but there's no time. I tracked Extinction Now here, only to find it like this. Please, bring this site under control. I'll find you later.
Okay.
Oh god.
I'm guessing they've been pillaging tech from the manor to fuel whatever they were trying to do here. And Lily doesn't know that her voice disguise thing stopped working, does she?
I don't think so. She probably panicked and called for help on the first comm she could grab. Looking at this site, whatever tech was changing her voice must have been broken.
Okay.
This is all a lot to process. Wait, Kira? Are you okay?
Yes, of course. I can handle this. Lily doesn't matter right now. Dealing with this dangerous situation would look excellent on Din's record. So let's focus on the task at hand.
Okay. So let's set up this pathway. There's a lot we have to deal with, but let's just focus on fixing certain things. Is the Quetzal in its enclosure? It is. That's nice. Okay. Let's send this guy over here. Well, this is all money though. All right. So, okay, this is a lot for me to process right now. Right off the bat, this is a lot to process. Okay, so let's give you a couple more space for this. We're gonna need to give you water. It is kind of interesting that Lily was a part of this operation, apparently, and for crisis management, this really isn't a good example of what she would be doing, but it's interesting. So let's just start by getting some stuff set up, and then we can like reorganize as time passes. I do not know what the requirements are to 5-star this park, so we'll see as time goes on. But let's just get stuff set up. That is not any of the trees that we want. Okay. And now you want wetland and fish. So let's get some fish feeders going. Do one here. Let's do one here. And then let's set up some wetland. Okay. And we need some more arid because we took out some. Oh, we took out a lot. I didn't even notice that was that much. Alright. So your only problem should be that you have too few adults, which is an okay situation that we have going on here. Now, we really should organize these guys. I'm going to propose that we move the science center. Do we have to repair it in order to move it? We do. Okay. I do propose that we... Wait, can we just delete it? Let's just delete it. Oh, okay. Cool. So I do propose that we make this enclosure just an entire enclosure, probably this entire area as a whole. I was also reminded that these fences exist, and I completely forgot about that in our last campaign video. So we're just gonna completely delete all of these. So we're just gonna increase the size of this enclosure for a little bit. Let's also set up a ranger station as well. Not a ranger station, a ranger outpost. We do need a paleo medical facility. Yeah, so this is a bit hectic right off the bat. Not too impossible. Money doesn't seem to be a problem at the moment, but we never know. It's just a good thing that we got our Quetzal to be, you know, in an okay spot. At 5-starring this probably won't be an issue. We do have to mine these areas though. Here. Let's double layer this fence. This is something I haven't actually done in this campaign at all, which is something that I usually end up doing in like most of the like builds or whatever that I do, because it's very beneficial, especially if there's some cases where they just are annoying. What's your... You have avian pots. Completely remove all of these. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. How much does it cost to move you? It doesn't cost anything to move anything anymore? It used to cost a lot. Wow. It used to... That's crazy. Okay.
Attention all science personnel. Please report to the newly opened Science Center.
We are going to run out of fuel in a second. We should probably end up making a power station. We're going to have to think about... Actually, before we do that, we're going to have to think about organization before we end up doing that. Yeah, let's actually... bring this out to here. Into here. That end right there is going to cause some issues, so let's just fix this. Bro. This is gonna annoy me. Okay, there we go. Alright, we have some sort of enclosure for these guys going on. Our other animals are probably gonna wake up soon, so we need to figure out something for them. But let's get this all flattened out and we'll deal with these guys first, because these guys are going to be important. You have 3 minutes before... Okay. Awaken you. Alright. Take out the fish feeder. I think we need a live prey thing. Let's demolish that gate. Now, what are your guys' issues? You have enough water. You don't have enough water. Okay. So, let's make it that... Well, first, let's just remove this. We're not going to need this, I think, at the moment. Or soon. Hopefully we won't need it. If that's the case, we'll just remake it. Hopefully we won't need to. Now, I want to bring this down a little bit. Okay. So right here, I want to bring this down. And if we do make a lagoon, it'll be right here. But we're going to make it try to look like that the water flows from this enclosure down into the lagoon. Okay. So let's just completely remove all the trees from here. And let's place it down, I guess. Building constraints. Is it just the level, or is it actually a building constraint? Here. It might just be because it's trying to flatten it. Oh no, it's actually a building constraint. Every time I... We can't entirely move it. Oh, it's a waste of money if I just delete it, though. Let me try to figure this out. Let me see if I can actually mess this up a bit. Because realistically, it should be okay. I guess we can always do something like this. Okay. I know we're just wasting money on this, guys. when we're in the middle of a weird, like, event. I know I shouldn't be doing this. This is something your Moga would give me crap for. But it's fine. I think it's fine. It's, if not, this is kind of a simple, like, restart if we need to restart, but I don't think we will. Okay, so the water is just gonna come through here. So then this water is going to do the same thing. Like so. I think. Oh, we can get the water very close to the edge right here. I think that's good. That looks good. Okay. We're gonna have to mess with it a little bit, but I think that looks good. Now hopefully we can put this back. Not this one. Either way, it's on like a weird angle. This one would probably be for the best right here. Let's work around this. What? Here, let's bring this over here more. Okay. And then let's just honestly bring this right here and have it go across right here. I would like to do an open gate there, but I don't think we can do this. And then we, of course, need to flatten this area out a bit more. Right, let's slope this. We can slope this if we want. Okay, so we have a nice little waterfall here. Take some barren though and place it. Okay. This is still technically a slope, so I think putting rocks here might be an okay thing. But other than that, let's bring some trees up here as well. Nice. Okay. Now let's check on our dinosaurs. So you guys specifically want groundnut and wetland. So let's set up some groundnut for you guys. Okay. And let's set up some wetland. So let's do some more on the edge here. Ooh, I kind of like that one in this biome. It's weird because the different ones, wait, yeah, the different ones look different per biome, which is nice. And some of them look better than the others, or better than the other one in the other biomes. Okay, so you guys are okay. You guys are missing tall leaf though. Not a problem at all. Damn, these guys are needy. Okay. So that's you guys. You guys are set up for that. We do have to connect a power source to here. We still have to change our entire structure of our operations area. We can possibly do that right now, actually. So let's change this around. For now. Oh, where are the dinosaurs that we tranquilized? Yeah. So for now, let's just do it like this. So this is the arrival point. Oh, we can't move the arrival point, right? So I say we move all of these buildings to the right. Okay. So by moving these buildings to the right, what we can do is save space on the left for guest items. So we can focus on viewing galleries over here that connect underground. We can do something like that over here as well, or do like an aviary viewing point here. And then over here, we would probably make our observation area for the lagoon on this side, because we have a wonderful view of the waterfall that we still have to design, but I kind of decided to take a break on that. Okay, so let's get this under our belt real quick. Control center, science center, maintenance, and ranger teams. Let's move the ranger teams first. Let's move them just right here alongside this building. Okay. And the maintenance teams can also be moved to be right here. I should probably make sure that all of this is flat. Which is good. It is pretty much flat. Okay. Let's move the control center as well. for the control center to be like right here across the way from the paleo medical facility. Okay. And then the science center, let's move this one. Let's just move this one to be on the side right here. Okay, so that didn't actually cost us any money, which is nice. And then let's set up some pathways. So let's just use the rock one. For now, at least. Actually, we want to show that this is a new place, you know, this is not what we walked in on, you know? So let's just remove those. Okay, connect them across here. We want this one to be right here and come up through that. Then we want this to either go this way or this way. And then let's just have this one connect through here. Connect to that and delete that. Okay. Why does this go so far that way? Here, let's make it like that, actually. Yeah, that works. All right. Then let's take this one and bring it all the way around for this. Okay, then connect this to that. Hopefully we have to make a park. I didn't actually think if we needed to make a park or not. I'm just setting this up like how I probably would always set it up. Okay. Now, power station. Let's set up a small one first. Get some power going. Where is our backup gen? There it is. Let's also remove all of these items that are just randomly there. Are there anything else like that? No, there isn't. Okay. Nice. Now power station, let's control that a bit. Let's use the, I don't know about that one. I think I want to use this one. Yeah, let's use this one. Okay, we're going to use this pathway for our main one, but this is going to branch out that way. Okay, now let's replace. Ooh, that's 33K. Let's not make any large pathways then. Okay. And now we can do our power source. So we can do our first one right here. And then we can do our second one near the gate. Over here. Okay. And then now let's connect them. So this one. That solves a lot of our issues. Now let's send the ranger teams in here, here, and here. Same thing with the MVU units. Here, here, and here. Also just do some little daycare cleanup. Right, those are the vehicles. These are the maintenance vehicles. This is the MVU. Arrival point. Cool. Now we have to make sure that you are okay. And no, let's not awaken you. I didn't even know you can awaken through the MVU units. All right, cool. So we have you guys pretty much set up. Now we have to make sure we have our enclosures for our wrecks set up. Now I'm gonna be cheap here. Okay, I'm gonna use the small fences for these guys. Probably the worst idea I could possibly have, I know. But my plan here is we're gonna save money through that. Okay. Because we're not going to improve on anything until we get that done. So we bring this fence out to here. Oh, we need to do some terrain work here. This is all flat here. Okay. Meaning, I mean, this won't matter because if we're going to do it the way I want to do it, the fence can end here. So we can end the fence here. Okay. The other thing is we want to set this up right here. For both of our dinosaurs. Okay, the deep water shouldn't be an issue. So the plan here is to create a large area for both of these guys. This is going to extend out this way. And this is going to end over here. With this being a lookout point for the dinosaurs in this area. Meaning all this right here is going to be rocks up until like this point right here. I have to think real quick. So this will all be rocks, right? I'm gonna do rocks all along this edge right here. Which means I haven't made an enclosure where the enclosure is elevated over the guest area. So I don't actually know if that would be an issue, but I'm assuming it won't. Which means from right here through this enclosure, we should be okay. So this enclosure should be an okay enclosure. Now, we can't put fences in this area right here, but we're going to need to place down some rocks because this is where we're going to have our dinosaurs. So we can place this down. Again, for the campaign, we're not going to really dig deep into designing like any modular stuff. So I'm not going to add a fence here or like a water gate or something like that. That I'm just going to do these rocks and then just leave it like that. So this could be the good point of that. Now, right here, we're going to have to divide the enclosure somehow. I do want to make the outside of the enclosure first, so we don't have any issues with it later. Now this is going to go all along the edge of the lagoon. Okay, so we're gonna set up our initial rock here, right? So this is what I kind of did in Evolution 2 with the mods. I would set up a base and then I'd move around it, right? So this would be that base. Yep. So I just put it down, make it make sense, you know? And this is the base for that. Now we have certain areas like this where we would need a fence or a rock in this case that connects to it. Now all this up here is going to be rocks as it is. I just don't want to use, I guess I can use the brush. How much is a single? I don't think this costs money, does it? This doesn't cost money to place these things. Okay, so let's just place these rocks here for now. Okay, then we'll talk about the trees later. But right here, we're also going to have some rocks as well. Okay. So this pretty much goes all the way around. I'm so happy the rocks don't cost money. This is gonna go all the way around. I know removing the trees will cost money though. Okay, this will go all the way around like that. Now this slope will extend all the way as far as we can go. Now, of course, we have the lagoon here, which is going to cause some issues, but in the end, we should be okay. Now, we're going to put this like this for right now, hiding this terrain change a bit, right? But we're also going to want to bring this out on the edge right here. And we're going to want to change it later. Because what we're going to do with this is going to be somewhat weird. We are going to be putting a fence. So we are going to be putting a fence from, I guess, right here, since this is where highest I can put it is. And we're going to have this fence follow the edge of the rocks here. Okay, and then we're going to have another fence Well, I don't think we need another fence here, actually. Okay. And then we're going to take some more rocks. Place them in certain spots that we're going to need some. Let me just find a good rock because some of these don't really look good for what we're trying to do. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to want to place just some rocks in here, just fill in the space. So oh, and then right here, I guess. All right. Okay, that's looking nice. We might want to place some actual trees around just to kind of hide some of our little inconsistencies that we have. Okay. And we're going to want to place a decent amount of trees back here. Oh, that's going to float. I forgot that they float sometimes if you place them over. Like they auto stack even though it's not a like option, I think. Captive terrain's an option, but I think that's a hold down button. Is this a tree that I put down? It is. I'd rather have like the rocks here. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let's have some tree line go right here. And right here. And I think we have an enclosure set up for the most part. Now, we have to decide what we're going to do on dividing this enclosure between the T-Rex and the Dinosaurs. Now, I can probably just leave this to be one of the two, but that is a large area just for one. You know? Here, let's actually take a look at these guys real quick and check out their stats. So, half of your enclosure needs to pretty much be deep water, which is kind of an issue. Here's what we can actually do, though. We can... You can divide this enclosure We can divide this enclosure in half about like right here. Okay, never mind. Apparently it needs less of this. And then we split up the enclosure right here. I know that's gonna be weird looking. I think we could probably work with this. We would probably want to move one species in at a time. And we're going to want to slope this. So I'm thinking about having this be the Rex enclosure. And having this one be the Spino enclosure. Now it's going to need a lot of water, which is why I'm trying to account for it. But I think we should be good like this. So let's unpause the game. And let's see which one's going to wake up first. Actually, we can put them both in their own enclosures right off the bat.
Asset collection request. En route to collect the asset.
Right, these fences should be getting made. Yeah. Nice.
Transportation underway.
Alright, you guys need... Oh, if I'm being honest...
Asset transported.
Can't I just do that? Oh, right. This isn't going to matter because all these are going to be changed anyways. Huh. Okay. So, let's set up this here. God, this is some large enclosures. Okay, hold on. Put up this one here. And then... Oh, we can't even get to this part of the... We can't even get to that part. So... I think we're just good like that. We can set that one up there. Now, we are going to want to place this here and this here. We're also going to want to place down a gate. Now, let's place down that gate. I mean... It's simple. Right here works, and right here works. And then we can just apply this one here. Let me set this one. Have I been using the wrong power lines? Again, it's not even gonna matter, but... Alright, cool. So let's do the Rex first, since we know its stats. They're looking kind of okay. I think you guys are gonna be okay with your enclosures. Let's really just set up all of this to make it look the best. I'm just going to make all of this right here be sand. Okay. And then we'll make this be trees. Okay. So on the other side, it's just gonna be trees and stuff. Okay. We have our water. We have the arid. We have the cover. We just need pasture and prey. Now, pasture is easy to do. It can just be honestly this. This guy's gonna have to move around a bit in order to see some of the stuff. I think we should be good. Okay. We're gonna want some sand. Just follow through this for consistency. Although I know this guy likes swamps, so we're gonna have to make a swamp for this guy. I do, though, want to make sure that we apply some deep water for him. Okay, so we're gonna need a waterfall right here. A decent amount of deep water, I know that. Oh, wait, we just isolated this. Hold on. I don't think we should isolate this actually at all. Oh. Dude, I didn't realize that. That's where the water was. The water's not even right here. The water's up here. Okay. Okay. Are you still okay? I think you're okay. You're at 93%, so you should be fine. Oh, and you need prey, right? So you need a live prey feeder, which we can just put over here because I'm pretty sure this is gonna trap it.
How are you getting on over there? Did I miss any survivors?
Lily, you betrayed us.
We're doing this now.
You betrayed me. Why? How could you do that?
I'm sorry, Kira, my young raptor.
You know, I don't think sorry will cut it. How could you be so callous to those animals? To just cut them out of our ecologies when they only just arrived?
They did not just arrive. You make it sound like some kind of miracle, but those creatures do not belong in this time. Their struggle to adapt should be evidence enough. Nature would have proven me right, but you rejected nature. You thought that these dangerous, desperate animals could just happily live alongside humans. We cannot coexist.
You used to love dinosaurs, Lily. You were there at Jurassic Park, Jurassic World.
Yes, and I couldn't stop them falling apart. What does that say about how dangerous these creatures are? I'm sorry, Kira, truly, but you are misguided.
Misguided? Misguided? Lily, to be so close to self-awareness and yet so far. Newsflash, this whole Extinction Now operation was trying to control nature just as much as Hammond ever did. Except you, in your self-assigned wisdom, thought that destruction was the answer. It's a clumsy tool to wield on the best of days.
Turn yourself in, Lily. This is over.
You know I can't do that. I hope I see you again, under better circumstances.
Her comms are out. But we have a name and a face now. We'll put out alerts and bring Extinction Now to justice.
Regardless of Lily's beliefs, I want to reassure you that doing nothing for the dinosaurs would have been the true crime. You should all be proud of your work.
That's right. And I know I can be all doom and gloom, businesslike and serious, but I do believe in our cause. And I'm pretty fond of all of you as well. Great work, everyone.
Aww. Happy. Damn. You make me cry. Never really liked Cabot, but now I do. Okay. So we should be good on water now. In fact, we have a decently large amount of water. Or not.
After all your work, the dinosaurs finding a place in nature seems more achievable than ever. But the place they find might not be what you expect. Extinction Now's predictions may yet come to pass. The dinosaurs may struggle. Human greed may rear its ugly, exploitative little head. One thing is for sure, nature and the dinosaurs will find their own balance, and this world will change yet again. A rebirth, if you will. It's going to be delicate, uncertain, chaotic, but thanks to people like you, not without hope.
Oh, that's it? That's it? I mean... I thought it was going to be a little bit more at the end there. I thought it was going to be more chaotic. Interesting they didn't make us actually completely 5-star that, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be an achievement for that. But yeah. That was a good game. It was a lot better. It was a lot more... That was a great game. It was a lot more intensive than the second campaign. Although the campaign for the second one did have its ups and downs, but yeah, that was all great and amazing. Nice to just travel the world, you know. But yeah, so I'm gonna continue on, and I'm going to continue adding on to the park because I'm pretty sure that you know, we want to, because this video is only an hour long. It's already been an hour. I guess I spent so much time focusing on fixing the thing and trying to set up the park instead of actually doing the missions, because if I did the missions and like just, and you know, made everything not better and just followed the, you know, what it was trying to tell me, I probably would have finished this in 20 minutes, but instead of me, I was focusing on wasting all the money I possibly could. But yeah. Okay, so we have our appeal modifiers, we have our target ratings. This is something that they usually show us in the beginning, but there is nothing. We just gotta complete it and get 5 stars. which shouldn't be a problem. The biggest problem here would most likely be the contracts completed, because I'm 100% with all of them. So, yeah. But anyways, let's just, you know, try to make this a better park.
Guess what? The lawyers looking after Lockwood Estate got in touch, and Kira wasn't around to answer the phone. Now, long story short, they're impressed. With us, with Din, with you. They've asked us to be the guardians of this place. Not a bad outcome, right? Being a loyal and charitable boss, I am gifting you the land. You earned it. You do still work for me, though, so feel free to build something that makes me look good. But, no, Kira would kill me if I didn't say that we do still have clients elsewhere. And fair warning, there might still be a few Extinction Now bad eggs out there. Either way, we should polish up those parks until they glitter like a golden Cabot Finch bust. But there I go, talking about the plans for my future penthouse, huh? So, here's the target. 5 stars across every site, got it? I'd say good luck, but I would make it sound like anything less than perfection was an option. I really want that penthouse.
Of course you do. Okay. Well, we're almost close to 5 stars on every single park in this whole game. This is just the last one, so you know we're doing good with that. Okay, so we have our shopping amenities down. Now we have to provide some shelter and some restroom. That's gonna be 100k. We don't have 100k. So I think what we really need first are the viewing galleries. I feel like the viewing galleries, 75k for that. That's like 40, that's like, oh no, that's the same price as this. So this set is the same price as this. Okay. Well, here's the thing though. Why can't I go inside this? Can I please go inside this? Nope. Here's the thing though. Pretty sure this is gonna, I actually don't know. Okay, we'll see. Let's put this, honestly, let's just put this like right here. This doesn't have to fully go all the way to the end like we want, right? This could take us to, well, anything really. This could just take us to a remote viewing gallery. Okay. And we're gonna need something for visibility for these guys. So we could honestly do a tour, but I'm looking at the a tour would be okay actually. Do we have money for a tour? We don't. We don't have money for anything like that. That's okay though. Oh, I should probably photograph these guys, shouldn't I? What? There we go. Right, I was in the middle of putting the water down over here. Where is the Rex? feel like I'm in a drone right now. Oh, it's right there. Blends in with the ground. We have a decent amount of money now. We can make some things. Let's go ahead and make a door. And we could have the door just honestly be right here. It goes and connects right here. Comes through here. Goes around. And then exits. Like so. Now, there's probably going to be some issues with dinosaurs from that, but it's okay. So we're going to want to have this go this way. But we're going to want to actually have a path. Go from here and connect to these points. So we want a path following this a little bit. And then have it connect. Okay. So let's connect that right here. Gonna want to probably completely destroy that, actually. Pause this because I have a feeling that there's some weird stuff gonna happen right now. Alright. Good, we have that set up. We have everything set up now, which is nice. We have some visibility going on. That's the main goal for this. You're okay. You guys are okay. You're okay. And you're okay. Only thing is this guy is in the gate. Somehow he's dead in the gate, but we're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna fix that up a little. See if that changes. Okay. Alright. So guys, this is what we're gonna do for this. We are going to take a little bit of a pause, and we will be back when I'm finished with this so I can do like a little showcase, because this is going to take me some while, because I actually want to make this area look very nice, because we have a lot of space to deal with, and I kind of want to make it like super really good, guys. So at the end of this video, also I'm like ahead of videos when it comes to recording, up by a week, because I have to actually start making the Jurassic World remake build. But you guys are going to see that though at some point soon. I had to move the date a little bit just to fit with the schedule, but it's currently going so good, guys. Anyways, yeah, I'll be back in a week. All right, everyone. So we have finished our Lockwood Estate campaign area, and it's looking pretty cool. Okay, so we had some issues, but we're fine now. We had a little bit of a rainstorm, but it looks really amazing. So we had to restart. So the beginning of it looks a little bit different, but there was some issue with the pathing. Somehow it got like broken, and it was saying that there was no capacity for guests, even though that there was. So there's some weird stuff going on with that. But the additions that we have made. So what we have done is we've expanded the Spinosaurus enclosure and the Rex enclosure. Now let's go above. You can see that there are no fences for the most part here. So all of this is usually just done with terrain stuff. So we have a waterfall coming from the aviary down into the Spinosaurus area. And then after that, you have the water coming from the Spinosaurus area all the way down this river. Now our Spinosaurus paddock goes from all the way up here to all the way down here. But if we click on them, actually we can't click on them because they need to be status checked. But their entire enclosure pretty much goes up over here. It doesn't really, Spinosaurus doesn't really go in this area, but this leads to the Rex area. And the Rex area has an offlow of water coming from the lagoon, and it has a lot of area right here for, you know, all of the other baby Rex babies and all that stuff. Okay. But if we go up here, this is a different part of the park right here. Now, this area right here is not, like, it cannot be reached by any vehicles from this area, this little operations center that we have here. That's looking great at night because it's so lit up. But this area cannot be reached. So this area was our second addition to the park, where we wanted to focus more on just smaller species and attraction-based items. So attraction-based items meaning the dinosaur encounter and our innovation center and our balloon tour. So it was focused on that because I did want to do some Patago Titans in here, and I wanted to make this kind of like a small herbivore enclosure with some big species. So that was really cool that I was able to do that. Now in here you can see that we have our dinosaur encounter. Now I haven't been using the dinosaur encounter as much as I would really want to be, but this is an example of me actually using it. It's right in the center of this area. It was nice. And I realized I also didn't have a balloon toy because that area was all messed up in the beginning and we had to deal with that. So I set up all this stuff, and I also set up a new response facility and a maintenance facility. Let's go refuel these first though. Let me check on the other one. The other one is okay, and okay, cool. So I wanted to create a response facility and a maintenance team. Now, the maintenance and the response takes care of this area and this area over here, which we'll get to in a second. But before we get to that, right, we have this area. Now, this is using pieces from that other people have made. So we'll go and check out their profiles as I explain them. So I created this lagoon in the beginning, and I just decided to add a whole bunch of random stuff to it. Now, we have our mosasaurs here, and we also have a baby somewhere around here. There it is. There's the baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are...
Look at it. So yeah, we have this mosasaur and all that stuff. Now we have these nice... Okay, I'm going to pause the game because of the storm, because there seems to be like a storm every 10 seconds on this map for some reason. But we have our lagoon viewing galleries. These are modular viewing galleries. You can see them in the lagoon viewing gallery section. Now if we click on this, we can actually see the person that made them. So let's go check and see it, the item on the workshop. So this was created by Brandokin 0722. It's an amazing looking build, and what's nice about it is that because of the sides of how they're built, they can actually link up with other different blueprints of the same one. So as you guys see, and also this is the share code if you guys want to copy it and see it for yourself. As you guys can see, it links up perfectly right here. And of course you have these little glitches, but that's just because the items aren't built to be with each other. But from a distance, from a top-down point of view, like how we're playing God in this game, it's beautiful. Minus the fire. Ignore the fire. Another thing that we did was make a shallow area. So this area right here is purely just shallow with a bunch of seagrass. Now for the seagrass, what I did was I made kelp and I put it on the bottom of the floor. So it's pretty cool. It's nice for the little baby mosasaur. And we also have this cave that we have going on here that kind of just goes under, you know, that you can just hide from the rain or just hide from people. I wanted to make the mosasaur lagoon kind of just different and have a lot of like natural vegetation and rocks and stuff, and not a lot of like view space for some of our animals here. Okay. Now, if we continue, all right. Now, if we continue, you can see we have a bunch of other things, which I'll get to. We have our amenities, and I saw that there was a McDonald's one, so I wanted to actually, I actually wanted to use it because I thought it was pretty funny. I found it early on. This is who it was made by. Lil Uzi Squirt. Crazy. But yeah, here's the share code if you guys want to see it as well. Pretty funny. And then the last thing that we used were these restrooms. Now these restrooms, this was actually created by someone that I actually am going to be using for another video on my channel at some point. This was created by LabRat. I found this on Reddit, and it's a very nice build. It's like the original Evolution restrooms, so I really like that. But yeah, they have a lot of other stuff. Let's actually check that out for a second, because I'm going to show you guys this if you guys are watching. They have all the Jurassic World Main Street pieces, which we're going to be using on our builds for our Jurassic World, because I realized my plan wasn't going to be good enough for the release date. So I'm not putting a lot of hours into this game as I should be, but that is just mainly because I have a life outside of YouTube. So it's just I don't have enough time to detail and everything, but I do want to do that eventually. But I want to give other people the spotlight as well and do this, and you know, obviously give them credit. So if you guys want to check out LabRat's items, you can check out their name right here, LabRat51375. That's their code. Or you can check out the share code for, if it's not gonna infinitely loading, or you can check out the oh, never mind, apparently it's broken. Okay, well, apparently it's broken. Or you can just check out the share code that was on the preview when it was actually working. Okay. So this last little area that we have over here is a huge herbivore enclosure. I realized that some of our Parasaurolophus, they parasaurolify. I don't know how to say the plural version of it, but I noticed that they were kind of taking up a lot of this space. Like a lot of them. So I moved them all over here, and I added a couple more species. Now we have a Cretaceous cruise going around here too, because I realized that I wasn't using them. But we have some Parasaurolophus, we have some Stegoceratops, we have some Brachiosaurs, we have some Gallimimus. Am I missing any species? We have some Stegosaurs as well. I think that's it. It's a large enclosure just for a small amount of dinosaurs, and you can see that they're already having children. That's very nice and very cool. I put the Stegoceratops because they are my babies and I love them so much. No matter how much people say they hate them, I love them. They're so cute. But yeah. Anyways, is that it? I think that's it. It's a very great park. It's a very nice park. I just wish that there was a lot less storms, because I hate having to deal with the storms every like 10 seconds. But you know, that is what that is what this is for. You know, it's a campaign. It's not supposed to be anything like too much. It's purely made for the struggles that we're going to have to deal with. Alright guys, so this is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for joining us for the entire campaign. We are finally finished. Now, I'm probably never going to return to this ever again, but it was nice to 100% the campaign and actually give 5 stars and everything. And yeah, anyways guys, thank you guys for joining us, and let's get into more sandbox, guys. I hope you guys will enjoy those. Alright, I'll see you guys later.